Chicagoland, this is JCB Racing. 8 drivers have been randomly seeded into the bracket. They're going to be going head-to-head to get to that final round. Only one driver can come out on top. Now, come on, Rosemont. I need to hear you if you're ready for JCB Racing.
Up first in the left lane, make some noise for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. Taking on her opponent in the right lane, John Zimmer in Uproar. A battle between a Monster Jam veteran and a brand new breakout truck. Only one driver will advance on to the semifinal round. First matchup to go in JCB Racing. Let's go green! Your winner is John Zimmer in Uproar. John Zimmer advances on to the semifinals for the second time here this weekend. But who will he battle it out against in the semifinals? This matchup will determine that opponent. Pulled to the line in the left lane, make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Now, so far here this weekend in the All-State Arena, we've seen Weston Anderson and Gravedigger make it to the final round of racing every single event. But John Zimmer Jr. is known to have a great racing record. Your winner is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Our first matchup for the semifinals is determined with John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity advancing on. Next matchup's good to go. Make some noise for Brandon Toluchka and Live It on the Edge. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. El Toro Loco has taken the win in the JCB Racing competition on Friday night, but Brandon Toluchka, Live It on the Edge, comes off of a high of an overall event championship. Let's go green! Looks like a race too close to call. We've got our Monster Jam officials reviewing that footage on the Super Glue Glued to the Action replay. But I just got word. Your winner of that last race, advancing on, Brandon Toluchka and Live It on the Edge. Once again, advancing on to the semifinals is Brandon Toluchka and Live It on the Edge. Our final matchup here in round one in the left lane. Make some noise for Michaela Toluchka in Megalodon. Taking on his opponent in the right lane, Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer. Lucas Stabilizer fans hope for redemption for Cynthia Gauthier as she was pulled out of the finals. But it's a new race, and only one will advance. Let's go green! Your winner is Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer.
This is the semifinal round of JCB Racing. Our fastest 4 drivers have advanced to this round. Now they're going to head to try to get to that final round. It's going to be a close one. Who's ready for more JCB Racing?
It is a father versus son duo. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. He's battling it out against his dear old dad, John Zimmer, in uproar. Father versus son here out on the track. Will it be experience or prodigy that crosses that finish line? Only room for one of these drivers in the final round. Let's go green! Your winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Next matchup to determine who will take on Terminal Velocity's pulled to the line. Will it be Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer? Or will it be her opponent advancing on Brandon Telichka and Living on the Edge? 2 drivers, a lot of talent pulled to the line here in the final round of JCB Racing. It all comes down to this to see who will battle it out against John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity for those first 8 points of the event. Each driver will need to prove they've got the fastest truck out on the track. Stay tight on those corners and fast on the straightaways. Only room for one in the final round. Which driver will it be? Cynthia Gauthier, will she have a chance of redemption? We're about to find out. Your winner is Brandon Telichka and Living on the Edge.
Chicagoland, this is the final round of JCB Racing. Our fastest 2 drivers have advanced to this round, but only one can win this competition. Who's ready to meet your final contenders?
He's your 2025 Arena Championship Series Central Champion. Make some noise for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. Last night's overall event champion, Brandon Telichka in Living on the Edge. The final round comes down to this. A competitor consistent enough to take the overall event championship up against a competitor who has had a fantastic racing record. Living on the Edge battles it out against Terminal Velocity. Let's go green! John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. Your JCB Racing winner for the second time here this weekend. He marks JCB Racing win number 26 this year in the books right here, kicking off the All-State Arena event the exact way that he wants to. We did see John Zimmer Jr. take the win in this competition once before. So for the second time here this weekend, make some noise. Your JCB Racing winner, John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity. He's claimed the first 8 points of the event and secured his first place spot on the leaderboard. We're going to get to hear from the winner himself.
Congratulations. Just like that, you earn the first 8 points this afternoon. And today the track is a little bit different, of course, than it was prior. And of course, it's different from round one. What did you really gather when you're going around each turn?
Is that the track is changing so much. Every single racing round, the track was changing. When we came out here for round one, it was super slick, and then it was slowly starting to dry up. So I just kept taking my time in the turns, making sure I was set up good for it, so I had the traction to take it home on the straight.
And up next is our skills competition. And I always say it, but that truly is a competition that you shine in. Every single competitor out here looking to beat you, looking to beat someone like Weston Anderson. But Weston said that he does learn from you. Brandon said that he does learn from you. What can we take into that competition?
It's definitely going to get crazy. Two-wheel skills is one of my favorite competitions. We get this truck up on its nose, up on its rear tires, maybe one tire, the side tires, it don't matter. We're going to throw these trucks around like they're RC cars, and I promise you guys, it's going to get wild and it's going to get crazy. But Rosemont, we just started. We just wrapped up racing. You guys want to see some more or what?
A big congratulations to John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity, who takes that top spot on the BKT overall event leaderboard. Now you can see exactly how those points break down as we've landed him in that first place spot with a total of 8 points. You can see Brandon Toluchka in second with a total of 7 points. But check this out, because we've actually got a two-way tie for third place between Lucas Stabilizer and Uproar. Both of those drivers holding a total of 4 points. And then a four-way tie for fifth place between Ringling Bailey Circuit, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon. That just means that each and every one of these drivers will need to work extra hard in this next competition coming up, because in the two-wheel skills competition coming up, you will be the official judges. It'll be up to you and your smartphone to determine the destiny of our drivers.
Monster Jam fans, having some fun here with some fans. I'm here with Kat, and who are you with today?
With Atreus.
Oh, that's so cool. Well, I got something really cool to give away to both of you if you can win this race, okay? So I got backstage passes for the both of you. We're going to play something called Mini Jams. Let's put up our competitors, El Toro Loco, Gravedigger, and Megalodon. Who are you going for, Kat?
Megalodon.
Megalodon, let the races begin. And they're off. It's going to be a close one. Who's it going to be? Megalodon. Round of applause for Megalodon and our trucking pals there, or mini jams, I should say. I got backstage passes for the both of you. Check it out. Yeah, after the end of this event, you guys too can go back behind the scenes and meet your favorite Monster Jam drivers. Keaton, how can fans get that info?
Well, Jabari, now is the chance. If you want an opportunity to meet our Monster Jam superstars after the event, take out your smartphones now and scan that QR code. We unfortunately don't have room for everyone, so tickets are limited. Go ahead and scan that QR code now because we do stop sales at halftime. So if you want a chance to meet our drivers after today's event, scan that QR code now and buy your tickets to the post-show meet and greet. Monster Jam is proud to team up with St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. You see that QR code in the corner of the screen? That's exactly what I want you to take your smartphones out. Scan that QR code, and today you can donate and choose a St. Jude ambassador of the event. You'll see our 8 superstars, and you pick one of those drivers, and of course all of the proceeds do go to St. Jude, but we're adding a fun little element of competition to raising money for such a great cause. St. Jude Research Hospital does not stop until no child dies from childhood cancer. So you can have fun with us today and make a difference for a family in need. Head on over, scan that QR code, and pick your favorite driver. At the end of today's event, we will crown a St. Jude ambassador of the event. Even if one person donated just $1 to one driver, that would be it. We'd have our St. Jude ambassador of the event. So have a little fun today, make an impact, scan that QR code, and donate to St. Jude. It is time for the second competition of today's event. It's the 2-wheel skills challenge, where each driver will have the opportunity to have 2 attempts to pull off their most impressive wow maneuver. We want to see a mixture of stoppies, poppers, wheelies, and more. But this will be your first opportunity to score at judgeszone.com. Jabari, you think they're ready?
Oh yeah, I know Chicagoland is definitely ready. You know, Monster Jam is not fake. It is not scripted. It is going to be up to you, the fans, to determine the winners of these next 2 competitions. I'm going to show you guys how to do that right now. It's pretty simple. Take out your cell phones, go to your browsers, and go to judgeszone.com. Judgeszone.com. We have it on the banister here. We also have this QR code that will take you to judgeszone.com. Now, your city code, once you come across those 3 X's, are CHI. CHI for that city code, all right, on judgeszone.com. Now, this is where all the magic will happen. Either myself or Keaton will let you know when scoring is open. You'll have 20 seconds to lock in those scores after you determine how you thought that driver did. You have 20 seconds to let us know, and it's easy as that. Move that BKT tire into the green to score the highest, or down into the red to score the lowest. All right, I think Chicagoland, if you're ready for Monster Jam, let me hear you say, oh yeah!
First to hit the track, make some noise for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit.
Let's hear it for Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit. Scoring is open. Now's the chance to head to judgeszone.com. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores now.
Brianna Mahan and Ringling Bailey Circuit coming out and kicking off the competition the best way possible. We see her pull off 2 successful maneuvers here, and check it out now on the Super Glue, glued to the action replay. You see it there, 12,000 pounds up on 2 BKT tires. She's out there making it look easy, but we need your scores. Hopefully you're using your smartphone right now and submitting those scores, because we have that official number locked in. The score for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit is a 6.820, a solid score, and that is the current score to beat. Next to the track, make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
Let's hear for Weston Anderson, everybody, driver of Gravedigger. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores, Chicagoland.
Weston Anderson in Gravedigger comes out determined in this competition to leave an impression. Judging by the electric energy here in the Allstate Arena, I'd say he did that, but it's going to be up to your scores and your scores alone to determine exactly what you thought of this run. We see a combination from Weston Anderson, hoping that that is enough to take that top spot. We've got the current score to be right now held by Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. It's a score of a 6.820. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is... that's a 9.152. We have a new leader. Next to the track, make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
Let's hear for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer. Scoring is open, 20 seconds. Lock in those scores right now.
Now, something to consider here for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer is that she did lose first gear in that racing competition. So she enters into this competition without first gear. She's able to pull off one impressive maneuver, but wasn't able to recover all back on 4 tires. So take that into consideration when you're submitting those scores. Remember, you've got a say ultimately in where these competitors stand. You've got to take that into consideration here, scoring for Cynthia Gauthier, but we've got your official scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer is... One attempt, it's a 4.247. Right now, that's good enough for third place. Now, as the competition continues and more drivers compete here, that might shake up the overall leaderboard for the Two-Wheel Skills Challenge. Right now, we do see Gravedigger in that top spot. Weston Anderson securing his top spot with a score of a 9.152. Brianna Mahan, Ringling Bailey Circuit in second, and Lucas Stabilizer in third.
What's happening, beautiful people? I'm here with my friend here in section 115. We're going to play a really cool game called the St. Jude Helmet Shuffle. He has an opportunity to win his mom a gift certificate. Yeah, let's see what we got on the Monster Jam video board. Keep your eyes on the middle trophy, okay? Don't move your eyes from that middle helmet. Here we go. Not quite. Almost there. Let's see here what we got. All right, 1, 2, or 3. Did you see which one it was? Why don't you ask some people around to help? Let's see. I see a lot of people are saying 1. Is that what you're going with? You're going to go with 1?
Yes.
Yeah, he is. All right, let's see if he's right. Let's unveil the first one. It's not under 3. Hey! Proof is in the pudding. Hey, you know what? You won your mom a $50 gift certificate to Texas Roadhouse Steakhouse. Pretty cool, right? Take your mom on a date. Get some of those dinner rolls. That's for you, too. Yep. And if you guys want something from Texas Roadhouse, you can have something as well. Keaton has more info.
That's exactly right, Jabari. All our fans have to do here is download the Texas Roadhouse mobile app. If you're in the mood for a hearty hand-cut steak and tasty made-from-scratch sides, then head down to Texas Roadhouse for legendary food and legendary service. If you download that Texas Roadhouse mobile app now, you can join the wait list. But be sure to scan that QR code tonight for a free appetizer. But looks like we're ready to get back to the two-wheel skills action. Make some noise for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco.
Let's hear for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Scoring is open, 20 seconds to lock in those scores, Chicagoland, right now.
Armando Castro in El Toro Loco took the win in this competition Friday evening, looking to do the same here again today. You see him up on 2 BKT tires. He blows that smoke, but the main thing is the absolute control that this young man has over his El Toro Loco truck, balancing, but also making some movement up on those 2 tires as well. I don't know, Chicagoland, sounds like you're happy with what you saw, so let's check out the scores. That current score to beat right now is held by Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. It's a score of a 9.152. The score for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco is a solid score, an 8.624. Right now, that's good enough for second place. Next up, it's time to clear the waters. It's Michaela Tulichka in Megalodon.
Let's hear for Michaela Tulichka, Megalodon. Scoring is open, 20 seconds to lock in those scores, judgeszone.com.
So cool to see right in the cab, right with Michaela Tulichka inside her Megalodon truck. We see her come out for the 2-wheel skills competition. Chicagoland, let her hear ya. She wants to know what you thought of that run, and we need your scores in now at judgeszone.com. You do see her come out. She does 2 attempts here, which is something to consider. We've not seen every competitor make those both attempts, but we've got your scores locked in. Let's check it out. The score for Michaela Tulichka in Megalodon is... it's a 4.991. Right now, that's good enough for 4th place. Next to the track, your JCB Racing winner, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
Zimmer Jr., everybody, Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com, 20 seconds. Lock into those scores, Chicagoland.
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity, riding that wave of momentum from his JCB Racing win into the 2-wheel skills competition. Absolutely his sweet spot of competitions. He's able to do this maneuver you see here up on the video board now, a combination of difficult maneuvers strung together. Then on the end of that, you see him right here, tries to save it. So close, almost goes into a sidewall donut here. Not enough room, but it matters what you thought of that run. Did you think it did enough to knock out Weston Anderson and Gravedigger? We'll find out in just a few seconds as we finalize those scores at judgeszone.com. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in terminal velocity is... It's a 6.709. Right now, that lands him in 4th place.
Monster Jam fans, I have my friend here, Braden, with me, and we're all going to play a game called Name That Truck. So, this is how it works. You got to name the truck, okay, before it finishes. So, let's see what we got on the Monster Jam video board. Help them out. Shout out the answer if you think you know it. It's a little orange. I see some flames. Shout it out. Help them out.
El Toro. Oh, El Toro.
He says it's El Toro. Is he right? He's right. Oh, yeah, the bull. Give Brandon a round of applause. That's what we call Name That Truck. You heard?
Check out that two-wheel skills challenge leaderboard as we see Weston Anderson in Gravedigger still securing his spot in that 1st place. He's got El Toro Loco in 2nd, Armando Castro with Ringling Bailey Circuit, Brianna Mahan holding out 3rd. Terminal Velocity currently landed himself in 4th, where Michaela Toluchka holds out 5th and Lucas Stabilizer in 6th. We've still got 2 trucks to go here in the two-wheel skills competition. Anything could happen. This leaderboard could be completely shaken up. Make sure you've got your smartphones ready at judgeszone.com so you can have a say in who's walking away with the next 8 points. Our next competitor is ready to hit the track. Make some noise for Brandon Toluchka and Living on the Edge. Chicagoland, he's waving those BKT tires at you. Shut that truck off and just taking a second.
Well, let's hear it for Brandon Toluchka. Living on the Edge. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. 20 seconds. Lock into those scores now.
Now, Chicagoland, you've got to understand, and I think you did because you all erupted when he was able to shut that truck off. That's Brandon Toluchka just showing off here in the two-wheel skills competition. You see him come down on 4 BKT tires there, pop back up. This young man is just showing off his skills for you here in the two-wheel skills competition, looking to take out his good friend and competitor, Weston Anderson. We'll see if he did it. We've got your scores officially locked in. The score to beat right now is held by Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. It's a score of a 9.152. The score for Brandon Toluchka in Living on the Edge is... I hear you on that, Chicagoland, an 8.572. Right now, that's good enough for third place. But remember, at judgeszone.com, you can submit your scores, and your score might help crown our next competition winner. Last but not least, John Zimmer in uproar.
Let's hear for John Zimmer Sr. Uproar. Scoring is open. Judgeszone.com. Let's lock in those scores now.
John Zimmer in uproar, a veteran of the sport, pilots this truck uproar right here and is able to show off that sometimes being a veteran just pays off. You see him, he's able to pop that truck up on 2 BKT tires, and to be able to move that truck up and over that pod, it just speaks to exactly how talented John Zimmer is. No condition thrown his way really could get in his way, but we've got your scores officially locked. Let's check it out. The score for John Zimmer in uproar is a 6.708. That means your winner of the two-wheel skills competition is Weston Anderson in Gravedigger. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger takes the next 8 points available here in today's event. This marks number 57 for Weston Anderson so far this year. It is his 57th two-wheel skills win. He's out on the track, Chicagoland. Let him hear you. He's giving our JCB Racing winner Terminal Velocity a run for his money as Weston Anderson in Gravedigger claims that first place spot on the two-wheel skills competition leaderboard. We're going to add 8 points to his score and see exactly what that determines. But you helped crown him as your champion one more time. Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
Weston, congratulations on a skills win here, and with that you earn 8 points, but you brought your buddy up here. Of course, a fantastic run, Brandon. Congratulations on that. Weston, what are your thoughts here?
Man, my two-wheel run was good. I'd say that. I know the fans loved it. They love every time that Gravedigger truck hits the track, and I thank you guys for all that support. But in my eyes, as a competitor, this guy right here, he took that win, man. To do what he just did in that truck, it is absolutely insane. I've tried it before. It is super hard to bounce that truck like that, and then he shut it off on the nose. So, Brandon, talk to your people, man. Thank you, Rosemont.
Man, it's absolutely awesome. I actually learned that trick from Weston and his brothers. I've seen him doing stadiums, seen him doing it in arenas. I'm like, heck, I got to give it a shot. But, man, I look up to this kid right here, his driving style, his personality, everything about him. But I tell you what, guys, freestyle's coming up. You guys ready for some freestyle?
Right here from Chicagoland, AJ Rosebrill. Let's hear it for Josh Hetford. Woo! These guys got a couple more rounds for you. Let's hear it for our FMX Riders! All right, Rosemont, one more time. Let's hear it for Nick Desmond. Woo! TJ Tiffany. Let's hear it from Chicagoland, AJ Roseborough. Last but not least, Josh Hedford. Round of applause again for our FMX riders, risking it all to perform for you guys this afternoon. It's not over yet. Oh no, we have right now our FMX Best Trick competition. Each rider will have one attempt to do their best trick while in midair, but it's going to be up to you guys to determine the overall winner of this competition. We're going to be using judgeszone.com. So who's ready for the FMX Best Trick competition? Let's do it.
It's time to make some noise for our very first rider. Let's hear it for Nick Desmond. Nick Desmond is from Norfolk, Massachusetts. He's been riding with Monster Jam for 4 years. He's been riding dirt bikes for 19 years, and today he's bringing you his best trick on his Yamaha YZ250.
Let's hear it. Rock solid right there. That was the name of that trick. Pretty cool. Nick Desmond, judgeszone.com. 20 seconds to lock in those scores.
Nick Desmond first to go here in the best trick competition. And I mean, going first is not easy. You've got to do something really impressive to knock out the rest of your competition. 3 more riders still to go, but we've got to get that score for Nick Desmond locked in to see exactly where the bar will be set for the rest of the competition. The score for Nick Desmond is, check it out, an 8.182. That is the score to beat. Up next, make some noise for TJ Tiffany. TJ Tiffany's from Orlando, Florida, and he is an international stunt rider. He's been a part of some of the highest grossing movies in America, such as Bad Boys for Life and Avengers Endgame. You might even catch him on this season of Outer Banks. Today, he's bringing you his best trick on his Kawasaki KX450.
That one-handed backflip from TJ Tiffany. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Let us know what you thought.
TJ Tiffany knows how to turn up the heat here in the Allstate Arena. Second to go in the best trick competition, and definitely looking to take out his opponent and friend Nick Desmond. But your scores alone will determine where TJ Tiffany stands in the pack. We've got your scores locked in. That current score to beat right now held by Nick Desmond is an 8.182. The score for TJ Tiffany is an 8.264. We have a new leader. Next to hit the ramp, make some noise from Grays Lake, Illinois, AJ Roseborough. AJ Roseborough is from right down the street, Grays Lake, Illinois. He has been riding for 25 years, and not only has his freestyle motocross talents brought him across the nation, but he's competed in China. And today, he's bringing you his best trick on his KTM 450.
AJ Roseborough with the neck flip there. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Rosemont, what'd you think? Let's lock in those scores now.
AJ Roseborough delivering a mean best trick. And you know what? He came in second place in this competition yesterday, so I know he's looking for that sweet first place victory. But first, he's got to take out TJ Tiffany. He can't do it without your scores at judgeszone.com, and you all will get to decide if you think he did enough. We got the scores locked in. That score to beat held by TJ Tiffany in 8.264. The score for AJ Rosebrill is an 8.519 for the Chicagoland native. That is the current score to beat. One final rider left. Make some noise for Josh Hedford. Josh Hedford is from Asheville, North Carolina. He's competed in Nitro Circus and Night of Jumps in Europe. He's been riding with Monster Jam for over 4 years, and today he's bringing you his best trick on his Kawasaki 450.
Josh Hedford with the Indy flip. Wow. Scoring is open. JudgesZone.com. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores.
Josh Hedford, final rider to go. He's taken the win in this competition 2 times here this weekend, but did he do enough to battle out and take AJ Rosebrill out of the lead here? Only one rider can walk away with that title of best trick winner, and we've got your scores locked in. That score to beat is held by AJ Rosebrill. It's a score of an 8.519. The score for Josh Hedford is a 9.427. We have your best trick winner for the 3rd time here this weekend, Josh Hedford.
The party is not over yet. Our FMX riders are now going to be doing something we like to call the Monster Jam Train. Each rider is going to go back to back to back, doing a flip in midair without stopping. You guys ready for the Monster Jam Train? Let's get it. One at a time without stopping. Back to back, these guys are going to fly. Now I need to know, Rosemont, Chicagoland, if you're ready for the Monster Jam Train, I need everybody to go choo-choo! Wow. Oh, man. The Monster Jam Train. It's on fire right now. But wait a minute. You guys want to see another Monster Jam Train? I need everybody here at Allstate Arena to go choo-choo. You're beautiful. So are you, Alex. Wow! That was amazing, but I think, hold on a second, I think they could do a little bit better than that, but I need to hear it from you guys. I need to know if you're ready. Everybody on this side, make some noise! Everybody on this side, make some noise! Everybody over here, come on! Everybody! Now I need everybody here at Allstate Arena to go choo-choo! I love it. I love it. Lining up to go back to back. We have Nick Desmond, TJ Tiffany, AJ Rosebrill, and Josh Hedford. Round of applause for our FMX riders. Wow. Show them some love, Chicagoland. Our FMX best trick winner, Josh Hedford, everybody. 3rd weekend in a row, or I should say 3rd win in a row. How did that feel?
Pretty good. Yeah, it's getting warmed up for the day. You guys having fun?
Just getting warmed up. Okay, so you did something called the Indy flip. Tell us a little bit about that.
So it's like a variation of a Superman, and you're just kind of twisted a little bit, kicking your leg sideways, and it just makes it look like a little bit cooler than just a normal standard super flip. But yeah, just a upright trick. You just do it upside down, and it works out pretty good.
So do you have any advice for anybody who wants to take your shoes one day and be an FMX rider?
Yeah, definitely. Safety first. Wear your helmet, your boots, knee pads, and definitely be as safe as possible. Don't try jumping huge jumps right off the get-go. Start small, like I did when I was a little kid, jumping off little tiny jumps in the yard and hanging out in the BMX parks and stuff help a lot to develop skills. And definitely listen to your parents. Make sure you clean your room. All those good things, take care of your stuff and take care of your equipment and take care of yourself.
Absolutely. Cleaning that room does come first. I will say that. Josh Efford, everybody, your FMX Best Trick Competition winner. Now, hold on a second. We're not quite done just yet. Monster Jam fans, you ready for a good time? Chicago Lane, go crazy! Ah! You better move those lights, Chicago Land! We've reached the pinnacle of today's event. Chicagoland, this is Monster Jam Freestyle. Let's get it. Let's hear for Armando Castro, El Toro Loco. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com, 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores.
It is no easy feat to kick off the freestyle competition, but Armando Castro and El Toro Loco proves that pressure is not too much for him. You see him out here. We saw some major air in that freestyle run. Check it out now on the Super Glued to the Action replay. His ability to recover, he's able to fill that time. Some great things to keep in mind as the official judges of our competition. The score for Armando Castro in El Toro Loco is a solid score, an 8.063. That is the score to beat. Next up, time to clear the waters. Michaela Tolushka in Megalodon. The clock is paused with 39 seconds remaining on the clock for Michaela Telichka in Megalodon. I am getting word from our production team that does conclude the run for Michaela Telichka, which means scoring is open. You guys, those ribbon boards are red. That's your cue to head on over to judgezone.com. Michaela Telichka, though she did not fill the entire freestyle clock, did fill enough to be eligible for a score. So you can take all of the action that we saw in her freestyle run into consideration when you're scoring. But remember, we've seen it before. Not every driver needs to fill that clock. Maybe as a judge, you're taking into consideration the action that we saw, but make sure you're locking your scores in at judgezone.com for Michaela Telichka in Megalodon. We're going to find out exactly where she stands up against her competition. The score for Michaela Telichka in Megalodon is a 5.250. Right now, that's good enough for second place.
Back here in the pits, I was just joined by Brandon Telichka in Living It Up. And, you know, here he is living on the edge, getting in that Monster Jam truck. And, you know, the thing is he was looking by while he was looking and watching Michaela Telichka in Megalodon do her run. You know, you guys just saw it. Clearly something going on with that planetary gear, going to potentially open up that corner, see exactly what's going on. They're saying there may be one other issue with that Monster Jam truck. Of course, once it gets back here in the pits, we'll take a better look and I'll keep you guys updated as that story unfolds.
Here in freestyle, with two trucks already having competed, these freestyle scores will be the final opportunity that our drivers have to earn points, which means the ranking of our freestyle competition will determine exactly where our drivers stand. Armando Castro and El Toro Loco currently holding out first, with Megalodon in second. But remember, these points are all being accumulated into the final score here for the overall event champion. Living on the edge, Brandon Telichka currently in first place with a score of 13 points. But you can see close behind him in second, John Zimmer Jr. only 1 point away is in second place, with Weston Anderson only 2 points behind, 3 points behind that first place spot. El Toro Loco, Armando Castro in fourth place, hoping that score he's received here in freestyle will be enough to take him to the top. But as you move down the list, each driver must perform to the best of their ability in hopes of being able to get 8 points added to their score. But we've seen it happen here in the Allstate Arena, where we may not see a driver take a competition win, but walk away with that overall event champion. It all comes down to your scores submitted at judgezone.com. So get your smartphones ready, and you can have a say in who will be crowned our overall event champion. Next to hit the track for freestyle, make some noise for John Zimmer in Uproar.
John Zimmer Sr., everybody, in Uproar. Scoring is open, judgezone.com. Time to lock in those scores.
John Zimmer in Uproar, showing off for the Chicagoland. This is what we mean when we say drive that truck till it cannot be driven anymore. We see some major air by John Zimmer in Uproar, and he may have not ended up on 4 BKT tires, but sometimes we see that those runs are the ones that take that top spot. We've got your scores officially locked in, so let's check it out. The score for John Zimmer in Uproar is... it's a 6.686. Right now, that's good enough for second place.
Monster Jam fans, we're going to have a little bit of fun here in the stands. We are going to do, how about some karaoke? Yeah, let's do Sweet Caroline. How about that? DJ, let's hit it. I need to hear you, Rosemont. You know this part right here. Okay, since I know y'all don't know the second verse, we're going to cut it out right there. Thank you so much for playing Finish the Lyric. We really appreciate it. All right, let's see what else is in store for us here at Monster Jam. Lindsay is in the back.
Great news in the back. You can see behind me there is far less chaos than there was earlier today on Lucas Stabilizer. And even better news, up here in the cab is Cynthia Gauthier, your driver, and she is so ready to hit this track for freestyle. Her UNOH technicians and her crew chief just went ahead and changed out that 2-speed Power Glide transmission in under 25 minutes. You can see they've got everything put back together and everything is good to roll out. Now, one thing about Cynthia is she said that she has been waiting to be here. She's been loving it, and she loves these Monster Jam fans. She says, make sure that you're staying engaged. Make sure you do her trucker horn. And, of course, make sure you're taking those pictures and videos. She wants to see it because, believe me, you guys, she's about to bring it to the track.
Thanks so much, Lindsay, for the update from our Monster Jam hot pits. But as we get ready to crown another competition winner, we've got to keep in mind we have a chance to crown the St. Jude ambassador of the event. So take out your smartphones now. Let's get some friendly competition going for a fantastic cause. You can see some of our fantastic fans have already made a difference for families in need with St. Jude. You can see right now a big competition is up, but it's Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit with the most donations. Armando Castro, El Toro Loco in second, and Weston Anderson in Gravedigger in third. Remember, all of the proceeds go directly to St. Jude, but tonight you can pick a St. Jude ambassador of the event by choosing one of the drivers, and we will crown that driver as the St. Jude ambassador of the event. Remember, $1 could make a difference not only for the ambassador of the event, but of course for families with St. Jude. But Chicagoland, are you ready for more freestyle? We've got Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. It looks like she's headed for the Morgan & Morgan backflip ramp.
Brianna Mahan, everybody. Ringling Bailey Circuit. Oh, oh, oh! Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. Time to lock in those scores.
Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit with her second successful backflip so far here in the Allstate Arena. She drove that track, tore it to shreds, and gave you all a freestyle backflip. We've got your official scores locked in. That current score to beat right now is held by Armando Castro in El Toro Loco. He's got a score of an 8.063. The score for Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit is that's a 9.185. We have a new leader.
Fans, back here we're going to get a closer look at El Toro Loco, of course your driver Armando Castro, and what I'm going to show you guys is this fuel cell back here. So you're seeing this white box in the back of this Monster Jam chassis. That actually has 250 wiffle balls in it, which is just a fun fact that you can bring home to your friends and family. The reason for that is to keep the methanol fuel from sloshing around during incredible stunts and at massive air, of course, that happens here at Monster Jam. But our fuel is actually methanol fuel, like you heard me say just a moment ago, and 25 gallons fits inside of that fuel cell. You can't see it on all Monster Jam trucks, but you can peek in it here in El Toro Loco. You can see it pretty well on Megalodon, and there are just a few more that you can see it on. If you take any pictures of it, make sure that you tag us at Monster Jam and let us know that you know that we run Renegade's methanol fuel.
4 trucks to go and 4 trucks underway already. Right now, Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit secures her first place spot with that Morgan & Morgan backflip and freestyle run. She's got that score of a 9.185. Now, as you continue being the judges here in the competition, keep in mind that we want to see each driver fill the clock. We want to see as much time filled as possible, but we're looking for that wow factor. Chicagoland, that big Morgan & Morgan backflip, or maybe some cool 2-wheel combos. We want to see something crazy during freestyle. It should be a culmination of all the things that we've seen so far. We need speed, technical maneuvers, and more. So as you are the judges after each run, make sure you're getting your scores locked in at judgeszone.com. Monster Jam fans, we talked about the St. Jude ambassador of the event, and we've got a few more donations, which means right now Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer would be in the lead for the St. Jude ambassador of the event. And you can see here those percentages up on the board. And not only is it fun for us to do this at a little competition, but thank you so much to all of the fans right here in the Allstate Arena who did decide to donate and make a difference, not only for our drivers, but especially for those families affected by childhood cancer and other illnesses, as St. Jude fights the fight to stop childhood cancer. And a big congratulations right now to Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer, who's looking like she'll be crowned our St. Jude ambassador of the event. Remember, just $1 could make a difference here, so scan that QR code and make a difference. She's geared up and ready for redemption. Make some noise for Cynthia Gauthier, Lucas Stabilizer.
Cynthia Gauthier, everybody. Lucas Stabilizer. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores now.
I know it had to feel good for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer to come out and tear up that track for freestyle. You heard Lindsay Noble say it. She's been waiting to get out here and be heavy on that throttle. She certainly did in this freestyle run. Check it out now on the Super Glued to the Action replay. Some major air from Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer, which is expected anytime this fierce driver hits the track. But we've got your scores locked in, so let's check it out. The score for Cynthia Gauthier and Lucas Stabilizer is... It's a 6.531 right now. That is good enough for fourth place. Next to the track, he took the win in two-wheel. Will he do it again? Make some noise for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger.
Let's hear it for Weston Anderson, Gravedigger. Judgeszone.com. 20 seconds. Let's lock in those scores now.
I think that is the biggest air we've seen all event. Weston Anderson outside his truck. He looks like he's feeling good after that freestyle run, as he should. He's driven the door off of Gravedigger, looking to sharpen that shovel and dig the grave for the rest of the competition. He's up against some tough scores, but he's looking to take the lead right here in the freestyle competition. Right now, we've got that current score to beat, held by Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. It's a score of a 9.185. The score for Weston Anderson in Gravedigger is... It's a solid score, an 8.831. Right now, that's good enough for second place.
Monster Jam fans, you saw Brianna Mahan hit the track in Ringling Bailey Circuit. And, you know, Brianna, I know that you wanted to talk to these fans about the truck issues you've been having here today, but nonetheless, you're just such a fierce competitor out here. You had no idea.
Yeah, you know, we always have to power through. We have the best UNOH technicians out back making sure that these trucks are 110%. But sometimes there's just gremlins, and we were fighting some of those this morning. Two-wheel skills, I wasn't able to actually really do much. My shifter just wasn't functioning properly, but we got that problem solved, was able to come out here in freestyle, lay down a really good run, and land that crazy corkscrew of a backflip.
And of course, you know, someone like you, you're not a rookie driver. Of course, you're a veteran out here. You are a driver that not only women are looking up to, but men, brand new rookie drivers as well. And what they're paying attention to is how technical you are, how communicative you are, and how many things that you're looking at behind the wheel. Can you tell our fans, when it comes to your senses, what are you smelling? What are you talking about with your crew chief? What are all the things going through your mind?
Yeah, you know, I've been doing this for over a decade. I come from motorsports, so I know motors and trucks, and I know all the feels and the sounds. So I'm constantly paying attention to all of my gauges, all of the sounds that are happening, and even, like you said, the smells. And I've pinpointed a lot of issues before they became bigger issues along the way, and that's what I really try to do to help out my crew chief.
And lastly, of course, you know, we're about to see Living on the Edge. So Monster Jam fans, make some noise for Brianna Mahan.
Our next competitor is ready to go. Give it up for Brandon Telichka and Living on the Edge.
Let's go, everybody. Living on the Edge. 20 seconds on the clock, Chicagoland. What did you think? Let us know, judgeszone.com.
Brandon Telichka and Living on the Edge, second to last truck here in the freestyle competition, and looking to get that top score. Check it out on the Super Glue. Glued to the action replay as we see him get some major air out there, and you know what? Chicagoland sounds like they've got his back. His truck's in pieces. He doesn't even care. It's all for those scores, so let's check it out. The score for Brandon Telichka and Living on the Edge is a 7.423. Right now, that's good enough for fourth place. Last but not least, make some noise for your next competitor, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity.
Let's hear it for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. Scoring is open, judgeszone.com, Chicagoland. What'd you think?
John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is an absolute maniac on the track. That last save in his freestyle run can absolutely be accredited to the skill of this young driver. That control and to know that truck like an extension of himself is how you recover from one of those crazy saves. But we also saw a freestyle run with major two-wheel skill action, tons of speed and big air. Chicagoland, it sounds like you're happy. Let's see if those scores reflect it. We've got that current score to beat right now, held by Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. It's a score of a 9.185. The score for John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity is a solid score, an 8.958, which means your winner of the freestyle competition is Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. She adds 8 points to her overall score, but was it enough? Your overall event champion here today earned 8 points in the JCB racing competition, 4 points in the two-wheel skills competition, 7 points in the freestyle competition, with an overall event total of 19 points. Your BKT overall event champion is John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity takes home freestyle win overall event win number 37 so far this year, proving he is absolutely a force to be reckoned with. Chicagoland, give it up for John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity.
And these fans absolutely loved you here in Chicagoland, and those moves are exactly why you may have heard Keaton, my co-host, saying it. The fact that you have an extension of yourself in this truck, it just seems like you know it from the ground up. You know it in and out. Talk to us about what that moment was like when you grabbed that save and heard these fans go crazy.
I know I come across that pod all out of shape, wild. I could hear you guys jumping and screaming, so I was pushing my truck to its limits, and we found the limit right there. Broke some stuff, had a crazy save right here. Man, it was super sick. I could feel that truck as an extension of my body. I knew exactly what was going to happen, and I knew you fans were going to think it was awesome.
And of course, we have one more tonight. It is Sunday Fun Day, and you're grabbing the trophy once again, but you might have an opportunity to grab it again here tonight. How are you going to do that one?
Definitely going to have to get this truck in the back. Me and my crew are going to work on this thing all afternoon, get it ready for tonight, and then we're coming back swinging again. I'm not taking this trophy as the last one. I got one more event to go. I'm going to try to do it again.
Give it up for your overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr., Terminal Velocity. But we cannot get out of here without hearing from Brianna Mahan in Ringling Bailey Circuit. And of course, she has her robot pup Bailey with her as well. Brianna, we just got to talk to you a minute ago about what you're really going through when you're inside that truck behind the wheel. But moments like this where these fans go wild and they love that backflip, what does it mean to you at this point in your career?
You know, it means so much. I've been coming here to the Allstate Arena for the last decade off and on. I always love coming up here. It's always a sold out crowd and the closest event to my hometown that we get. And, you know, it's just always so humbling to come back here, bring out, you know, a freestyle win, land that crazy corkscrew Morgan & Morgan backflip. But I don't know about you guys, but who had fun at Monster Jam?
A big congratulations to all of our competition winners and, of course, our overall event champion, John Zimmer Jr. in Terminal Velocity. We want to thank all of you for being a part of our Monster Jam event, whether you tuned in to our live stream or joined us right here in the Allstate Arena. We want to thank you for coming out to Monster Jam, spending your Sunday Fun Day with us right here, and we couldn't have done it without you. On your way out, make sure you stop at our Monster Jam merchandise stands so you can pick up the latest Spin Master diecast truck, and make sure you're are on monsterjam.com and following us on social media so you can stay up to date with the latest news and announcements. On behalf of my entire team, Jabari Thomas, Lindsay Noble, my name is Keaton Stewart, and we'll see you at the next Monster Jam.